Your first few jobs in the commercial real estate industry can have a huge impact on the trajectory of your entire career, and the companies you end up working at to start out will have a lot to do with the professional you become and where you go next. And in today's job market, where companies are having so much trouble finding qualified talent, if you're trying to break into the industry today and you have the skill sets necessary to land a role, it's pretty likely that you're going to have options as far as where you want to work. But with some markets posting over 1,000 open job positions right now on just LinkedIn alone, it can be hard to know which companies you should be targeting and which opportunities just aren't worth your time. So to help you find your dream company that will help you jumpstart or accelerate your real estate career growth, in this video, let's walk through the 3 biggest things that you can do to research a real estate investment, development, or brokerage firm, and how to find an organization that maximizes your chances of success in the industry. So when you're trying to build a career in commercial real estate, quantity of work is a huge factor in how quickly you're able to progress within the business. This is what industry veterans refer to as getting reps in, or seeing deal flow and transaction volume that will help you get the experience you'll need to eventually move on from an analyst role. And when filtering through opportunities to make sure that quantity of work is going to be there when you first step into a role, the first thing I'd recommend researching when trying to decide on specific companies that you want to target is the amount of deal volume that each company is doing and how many transactions you're likely to work on within the position. Real estate investment firms will almost always have some or all of their properties featured directly on their website, and this could be a great starting point to get an idea of the types of deals in the portfolio and what the company is focused on. However, where the company's current portfolio information tends to fall short is that this only tells you historical activity and also doesn't give you a time frame over which this portfolio was built, which can sometimes be misleading, especially for companies that have been around for a while. So to dig a little bit deeper and to get a sense for what deal flow might look like for the company going forward, a better strategy is to go to that company's press or news page and take some time to read through articles on recent acquisitions the company has made, recent notable property sales of deals in the portfolio, and any big equity raises that have closed over the last few years. And this last point on equity raises might be the most important point on this list, since a company that just went out and raised hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars is going to have a lot of dry powder to put out into the market over the next 1 to 3 years, meaning that you would very likely get a lot of relevant experience if you were to join the team. And if you were to join the team, who you'd be working with can be just as important as the deal volume you'd be working on, which leads me to my next recommendation on this list, which is to look for a company that is led by individuals with experience at established institutional firms. Especially when you're in the beginning of your career, your frame of reference around how a company should operate or how a deal should be analyzed is going to come directly from the places that you work. So who you're working for and how you're trained as a result is going to have a huge effect on the quality of your experience and ultimately your exit opportunities when you're ready to move on. Ideally, you'll want to be learning from someone who has already been trained by the best and someone who brings those same institutional quality best practices into the organization that you'll be working for, and someone who expects that same level of excellence in the work their team produces. A lot of your time in the first few years of your career is going to be spent learning what to do and what not to do, and whether you're trying to raise equity from investors, negotiate leases with tenants, or land a new listing as a broker, learning from someone who has already played at the highest level is one of the best ways to shortcut your development as a real estate professional. One of the most important factors that young real estate professionals will look at when deciding whether or not to take a job is the type of exit opportunities they might have after a handful of years in the position, and how you're trained from the beginning will play a major role in what those exit opportunities are. Just having real estate experience on your resume can help you land interviews, but if you haven't done much or learned much through that experience, you're gonna have a pretty tough time making it past the interview stage for associate or director positions. At the end of the day, the goal here is to try to work for either an established institutional brand name firm directly or try to work for a smaller firm that was founded or is currently run by people who built their careers at institutional shops and then will expose you to the best practices of the industry and prepare you for your next step in the business, whatever that might be. Now, my final recommendation on this list is most applicable if you don't want to switch firms in the future and you'd rather grow your career internally, and that is to look for companies with a senior leadership team nearing retirement or clear examples of young professionals progressing within the organization. Many real estate firms will prefer to hire within since current employees already know how the company operates, they have existing relationships with the company's clients and partners, and these people also have already proven their ability to perform, which can often be a question mark for new hires outside of the organization. And with that, if you join a company where a large percentage of leadership is within 3 to 5 years of retirement, that company is also very likely going to be looking to start grooming replacements for those individuals. And even though you won't necessarily be promoted directly from analyst to CEO right away, the CEO retiring often means opportunities all the way down the chain of command as internal employees are promoted, allowing you to progress more quickly into an associate, director, or manager position. Now, in addition to this, if you can also point to people in the organization in leadership positions with less than about 10 years of experience under their belt, this can also be a really good sign for your potential progression, showing how quickly the company rewards performance. Now, this specific point is going to be most applicable for a growing company since young leadership in established firms can actually end up being more of a hindrance to progression internally. But if you see an organization in rapid expansion mode and younger people are starting to run the ship, this can be an indicator of a potential opportunity to take on a significant amount of responsibility early on in your career. Whether you like it or not, where you decide to work can play a huge factor in your success, and taking the time to choose the right companies to target up front when you're first starting out will pay major dividends in the future, regardless of where you head next. And if you are navigating the job search right now and want some additional help with the process, or you want some help preparing for an Excel exam that might be thrown your way during interviews, as always, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership training platform, Break Into CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis. You'll get access to hundreds of practice Excel interview exam questions, sample acquisition case studies, our entire library of pre-built acquisition, development, and waterfall models for multifamily, industrial, office, and retail deals, and you'll also get access to private one-on-one email-based career coaching if you're looking to break into the industry and want some additional guidance and feedback along the way. And if you like this video and want to see more content on this channel on commercial real estate careers, make sure to hit the like button to let me know, and let me know in the comments anything you'd add to this list to narrow down a job search or decide between offers. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.